Hey, what's going on? I just have a quick story to share. And when you're on a journey of doing something new and you're building your own coaching business or your consulting business, or even you're a self-employed professional, or you're an affiliate marketer, it doesn't really matter. When you embark on a journey that is new, there are a lot of challenges that come about. And I want to talk to those of you who are at the beginning of this journey and what you can do to accelerate it. Okay. Real question is this: as a business, as an investor, as someone whose success lies in getting in front of the right people, people who will do business with us, how do we break through obscurity? How do we break through the noise? How do we showcase our message, our opportunities, and our offers in front of the right people? That is the question, and this show has the answer. My name is Raza Aziz. Welcome to The Bold Entrepreneur. So let's talk about that. So I was just on a call with a good friend of mine, and she was talking about she has a job, she works at a bank, and she's like, Raza, I gotta leave my job, or I gotta change my job, and I gotta get out of debt, and I gotta do something new, right? And this lady is a dear friend of mine, and somebody who I have known for some time right now. And she has invested a lot of her money and energy in getting herself certified in coaching, to make sure that she can help other women. She has invested in her own education in the health and wellness arena. She has dedicated time and energy in listening to the experts in the world, reading the books, all of that stuff. But here she is talking to me that she's at a place where over the past year she really hasn't created any momentum. And I said to her, I said, listen, over the past year and 3 months, I've got somebody that I know, that has gone from zero to in 10 months has built a business that is generating over $1 million. I know a lady who in the past year and 2 months has built a business that is generating over $250,000 a year. um, and I said to her, I said, over the next year, if you and we speak again in January 2024, there will be many other stories of people who went from right now zero, exactly where you are, to accomplishing great things, and having financial and time freedom and all of that stuff. And she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, that is not helping. I'm like, well, that's all I got. I got stories of people who have accomplished great things. And you know what happens with a lot of people who, and I've seen this throughout, over the past 8 years that I have been on this journey, with whether I'm speaking to people who are becoming authors, who are self-published authors, who are building a coaching or a consulting business, people who have become new realtors, new mortgage brokers, whether they have launched their own affiliate businesses, any of those categories. I've seen this, that they start, and then there are challenges that come along the way. Those challenges could be in their own personal development arena, like their own mindset, right? On how they deal with setbacks. That could be one. Number two, they could be challenges in the marketing arena, right? Like their social media is not working, the ads are not working. It could be in that arena. It could be so many different things. So how do you go about and and remedy that? I'll tell you how most new entrepreneurs remedy that. They stop, right? They stop. They don't, they're like, oh my gosh, this is not working. They've been at it for like 3 months, right? Or 4 months. And they're like, this is not working. Oh my gosh, I'm not good enough and everything like that. They remedy that the handling of setbacks with self-sabotage, right? With self-sabotage, the language changes, and everything that they're saying to themselves, they would never say it to other person, right? I'm not good enough for this. Maybe this is not for me. Who's going to pay me 5 grand, or, for my services, for my offers? Who's going to do this? Maybe I need to go search for another program. Maybe I need to go search for another certification and all of that crap. And I'm here to say to you that, having met so many people, having worked with so many people, having learned from so many mentors and businesses that have generated millions of dollars in revenue, I'll let you know this. The best way to remedy this is not by beating yourself up, is by, number one, acknowledging that I messed up, right? If you messed up, like if you did something and it's not working, the opportunity is there for you to learn. So one is acknowledgement. Number two is really seeing what's not working and what needs to be done. You almost need to, not you almost need to, you are the CEO of your business. And a CEO of any company does not run the business on emotions, right? I mean, if Microsoft or if Apple or Nike or any of these companies, the CEO of these companies, they come across setbacks. And by the way, they come across setbacks every single day, right? So if they come across setbacks and they lean on emotions, they're just going to get fired, right? And that's what's happening with most of the new entrepreneurs and new coaches and consultants, is because they are firing themselves from their business, right? They're saying it's like, oh, I'm not good enough for this. I'm going to get fired. I'm just going to fire myself. And by the time they get started again, it will be another 3 months, 6 months. They're going to lose momentum. And this is what happens with most people who are trying to figure things out themselves. Right. And I'll tell you something. I mean, I remember when I went on my journey, and a buddy of mine dragged me to a seminar, and he said, like, you know what, Raza, you want to launch your coaching business, you need to write a book. Right. I didn't really know anything about books or writing a book. I'm like, me, a writer? I'm like, yeah, right. Right. Ultimately got to a point and went to attend that seminar. The book eventually came out, all of that stuff. And my coaching and consulting practice, my speaking went. I was on, within a year and 2 months time frame. I was on the map of the world. I was traveling to a different country, to a different city, staying at a different hotel. It was a lot of fun, right? But how did that happen? It's Did I experience those emotions, like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, or the imposter syndrome is like, who am I to do this kind of stuff? Did I try things that didn't work? Yes, absolutely. But as a CEO of my company, of my business, I could not have the success of my business, my company, lie in my emotions. You see, almost it's like, as a new entrepreneur, you have to understand there's yourself, and then there's this persona of you who is an entrepreneur. And when you do your business, you wear this armor. You wear this armor that allows you to become the Superman or a Wonder Woman of your business, right? Does that make sense? And that's where the traction lies. You see, Superman, if you watch Superman or any other show, superhero shows, what happens? There's themselves, they may have doubts and insecurities and all of that stuff, but all of a sudden when they put on that cape, man, they're invincible, right? So what is your cape? Right? Your cape cannot be, it's like when you need to accomplish big things, your cape cannot be, I'm not good enough. Your cape cannot be that I don't know how to do this. There are so many people out there who know who have succeeded at building a business will follow their blueprint, right? So that's what it is all about. So number one is acknowledging it, right? Number two is identifying what is the next action step and take it immediately. You might not be able to solution all of the problems all at once, but the solution, I'll tell you guaranteed, is not stopping, right? Stopping is not a solution. I'm going to think about it. No, you're going to lose momentum, right? And that's my message to you. So you want to look at that. You want to acknowledge, you want to look at what the next step is. And then number three, seek out the help that you need. Seek out the people who are around you who can help you accelerate your journey. You see, here's the other thing that I do with new entrepreneurs is I always show them how to do the math. So if let's just say that you want to generate $50,000 in the next 6 months, right? Which is very small, by the way. There are people who have accomplished many bigger things, but let's just say that you want to do that. If you want to get $50,000 over the next 6 months, you need to find 10 people who will give you $5,000. I know what's going on through your head right now. Why would somebody want to give me $5,000? Right? That's not the point. There and I bet you, by the way, somebody today from here, somewhere around the world, is going to launch their business right now in the next 6 months. They're going to not just have 10 people, they're going to have 20 people give them $5,000 for a problem that they're looking to solve in the market. Listen, you as a coach or a consultant, you have gotten all kinds of certifications. You've gotten all kinds of credentials, and you've got things beside your name and all of those things. But what's the point of all that if you cannot get paid, right? Because ultimately, listen, I mean, a lot of people are going to say it's like, Raza, money doesn't make you happy. Well, neither does the lack of money, right? And if I had to choose between the two, I would choose having abundance of money. I would be on that quest. So I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and I just thought I come here and share a piece of my mind with you because maybe somebody else needs to hear that, right? And if you are in that position, then right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, right now, I want you to finish doing whatever you're doing. I want you to finish eating your food if that is something that's the time to do that. Grab yourself a nice drink and write down on a piece of paper, right? Acknowledge, first of all, what is the challenge? Number two, what needs to be done to move to the next steps? Number three, look at who can help you, right? Get to the next step. And in order to do that, you may have to invest some money, you may have to invest some time, you may have to invest some energy, some effort into making that happen. And continue to create checkpoints for yourself so that you are continually progressing. Okay? Hope this helps. And listen, if there's one piece of advice that you can take from this video, beating yourself up is not the remedy, is not the solution. Okay? So stop doing that. Have a good one.